Hi Capricorn, this is your monthly reading for the month of April for Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. Please keep in mind that this is a general reading and this is not going to resonate for every single Capricorn out there. All right, you guys, let's see what's happening for my Capricorns for the month of April. We have Sacred Mirror, and we have Success and Transformation. So I feel like a lot of things are getting mirrored back to my Capricorns. Maybe you're just noticing weird connections. It doesn't even have to be like another person. It can just be like maybe you watch a TV show and a character or something just happens like an event and it just makes you just have flashbacks or makes you see something about yourself here, because that's kind of what I'm getting for a lot of you guys. I feel like a lot of you guys are changing and you're evolving this month, but you're doing it in ways where I think some of you guys are, like I said, figuring things out more about yourself through people, circumstances, and situations. Things are being more mirrored to you. So let's get tarot. I feel like some of you guys are indecisive about something. I feel like some of you are definitely not moving forward at all. We have the Queen of Cups, the Tower, the Six of Cups, the Seven of Wands, the Eight of Swords, the Ace of Swords, the Hermit, the Four of Cups, the Two of Wands, and then the Wheel of Fortune. All right, so Capricorn. For the month of April, I feel like a lot of you guys are definitely not making a decision. I feel like you're pulling yourself back a little bit, re-examining things. I think a lot of you guys are definitely in your emotions at this time. So whatever this situation is going to happen, you could have already had this Tower moment, or the Tower moment could be happening. But I feel like for a lot of you guys, there's going to be something that's going to shake a little bit of your reality or your foundation in some way. And for some of you, it's like a lot of it has to do with being afraid to look in the past. I also am getting that you're defending something about yourself that has to do with the past. But I think that once you become more open and honest, you're going to set yourself free from this situation. Because I feel like a lot of you guys might have to go more within this month. Really discover what it is that you want. Because for some of you guys, you could be offered something not only from a person, but the divine. Or there's something here, Capricorn, that is a decision that you must make or an action. And I feel like a part of you is looking at it. Like if you look at this guy, he's staring at the other ones, right? But you're not seeing the full one because it would require some form of honesty and self-reflection in order to see this cup. So you have to go within this month and really get down to the bare minimum of what it is that you want. And I feel like it's because you're so clouded with your emotions that I don't think some of you might be thinking clearly in that sense. Because I feel like you guys are caught up in how you're feeling and what you're doing, but you're not seeing where you're going to go. And I think for a lot of you guys, you're afraid that you're going to make the wrong decision. Because with that Wheel of Fortune in the reverse, like that in the shadow, what I'm getting is you're not seeing the actual abundance that you can get, because what's happening is you're looking at other things, but you're looking at them all in a negative way. It's not a very positive outlook. You're viewing it from a state of lack in some form, because there's something, it's like, feels like an inner child wound that you're healing this month. And so right now, currently, a lot of you guys, you're not seeing that you actually have the strength and that you're going to find people that will support you in the long run. But a lot of you guys are afraid to move forward because you're not moving anywhere, but you're also in this process of healing. So really getting down to what it is that you really want. I think things are going to start making more sense. Your past will start to make more sense. And I'm also getting that once you figure out what your passion is, you're going to realize that, for the longest time, that maybe you or somebody else or whatever the situation is, you'll be better off. Because I feel like this is somebody that you know. Being honest about something. I feel like some of you guys, you want to try something new or you want to go do something different, but you've just missed this lack, this drive, this motivation, and I feel like you've missed it for a long time. When you just feel like no matter what you say or no matter what you do, there's this sense of something missing inside of you, and you feel like maybe you feel trapped and stuck, like you can't really go anywhere, but you're missing this drive to get up in the morning and to go and accomplish that, right? So I feel like for some of you guys, it's because you're unclear of what it is that you want. So when you're not clear what it is that you really want, then how can you really move forward? So I feel like for a lot of you guys, that's kind of what's happening, is you're in that indecisive energy and there's no movement. There's a part of you guys that feels trapped emotionally and you're afraid of whatever this tower moment is, whatever is going to push you out of your comfort zone. So let's get some clarifiers for my Capricorn. But I feel like it's something that you've denied inside of yourself. Like this almost feels like a shadowy aspect in that Six of Cups there. Yeah, you're afraid of failure. You're afraid that you're going to make the wrong decision and that it's going to become a burden in the long run. But you need to gain that clarity before you move. And it has something to do with your stability in your home life, your foundation. See, a lot of you guys, you might want to start something new, but then again, there's just this fear of trying, feeling like you need to be defensive about this tower moment. But I feel like a lot of you guys, you're lying to yourself, or you're a lot of swords. So I feel like you guys are having a lot of mental pain, like mental thoughts that are painful. And a lot of it could be tied to this childhood, again, burden. You're defending yourself, but this feels like a burden even while you're doing it. But it has a lot to do with your emotional attachments to something in the past. So I feel like for a lot of you guys, you're doing a lot of shadow work for the month of April, or some shadow work is needed or necessary. Yeah. I feel like you're having a difficulty moving forward. Yeah. See, it's like you're in this indecisive decision because it's like you don't really know which one to choose, but there's a path that you need to go down, but you're afraid to choose the wrong one. And that's where that cup is, again, where you feel like you're not able to see the bestest alternative. It has a lot, you're going to be focusing with that Hermit, I think, a lot on your actual stability and foundation and what you really want. Back to that Queen of Cups again. So there's some kind of emotional attachment here. See, So you're going to have to walk away from something emotionally in order to make that final decision. And I'm getting to, again, that there's this fear. So you're a little bit defensive. You're holding yourself up more, a little afraid to move forward. Because you're defending something here. And it feels like it has a lot to do with your stability. And I think a lot of you don't want things to change. And you're afraid that if you do let it slip or change, that you can't get it back or that you're going to lose out some way. And you're in your head about it. So you're in your head emotionally about it. You're not making a final decision on something. And it's also questioning your own stability too by yourself. So some of you, this could be leaving a connection or something drastic like moving. But there's something here that's life-altering or life-changing for you, and you're afraid. You're all in your head about it. You're anxious about it. You're afraid to move forward because of it. See, it's all spades mostly. I feel like it's mostly just air energy, just focusing on that. Being afraid to make a move, taking a pause. Because you're afraid of whatever that final decision will be. Because what if it doesn't go in your favor? But I'm getting that it will, though. You just have to trust yourself. You have to trust what you know what's best for you. And it will require you to have a little bit of strength. But again, I feel like there's still this sense of needing to defend yourself, needing to protect yourself. For some of you, whatever this is being asked of you, it's going to require you to have to go deeper inside yourself to really get down to what it is that you really want and how you can make it happen. You're going to have to start questioning your beliefs. And also what I'm getting to is a lot of these beliefs that I feel like you guys have, which is causing you a lot of stress and anxiety, were beliefs passed down to you through generations or family members or certain people you grew up with or just wherever you are, because like maybe even your neighborhood or certain areas, they had a particular belief. So I feel like for a lot of you guys, it's like something that goes against your true nature. But you're afraid to, it's almost like you're just afraid to dig up parts of yourself that you buried. And for some of you, working and dealing with your shadow, because I'm getting the sense that for some of you that are tuning in, you don't know what I'm saying by doing shadow work. The person who basically coined that term was, and I'm going to show you this because I just got this book and it's an amazing book. Not very big book, not very long, but from Carl Jung. And it's The Undiscovered Self. And this one goes deep within your psyche and just what your shadow work is. So if any of you guys really want to understand Carl Jung's work, I recommend getting this book because it is dense. It's a small book, but it tells you a lot about yourself. So I feel like that's something I should have brought up. I don't know why, but I saw the book. It popped in my head. I felt like I should say it for you guys. But yeah, I'm getting here a lot that this has a lot to do with something inside yourself. And I think that for a lot of you guys, you're just in this conflict and in this turmoil, trying to figure out what it is that you really want or what's gonna be best for you and everyone else involved too. I feel like a lot of my Capricorns right now are also worried about other people's opinions or about other people's like you don't want to hurt anybody in this process, whatever this is. But it's like you're trying to prevent this tower moment by thinking that you can, like it's almost like by not acting, you feel like you can prevent something from happening, but it's like it's on its course to you. because we as people, we can't control the tower moments or the events that happen in our lives. Sometimes they just happen, but they don't happen to us. They happen for us. So I feel like a lot of you guys, you're coming at it from the mindset of, why is this happening to me? Or, I don't want this to happen or that to happen. And it's like maybe you're trying to control an outcome or a situation, but you need to learn to let it fall away. And what's left is what's true. And I feel like for a lot of you guys, you really need to get clear and grounded in yourself to know what it is that you really want. This feels like something that, like I said, just childhood wounds that you have to really address and look at. We have shift the way to new potential. Yeah, there's going to require a lot of shifting. We also have choose who you are becoming. Fearless expression. Bravely market your magic. Change maker, make waves. Fall in love with your own story. I feel like there's one more card. There we go. You are living poetry. External validation. So I feel like for a lot of you guys, whatever this situation is, it's going to require you to have some shifts and some changes in your life, not only externally, but also internally as well. Another thing that I'm getting is needing to know that you shouldn't be afraid to voice your opinion. I feel like there are a lot... I don't know why, but I'm getting for some of you, maybe you're just really afraid. You could be very shy. You don't maybe talk very often. Or when you do, it's like there is some stuff that maybe you always hold back. You don't ever express to people. But now is the time to express yourself, express what it is that you really want. And also not to be afraid of going out there and exploring whatever it is that you want. For everybody, it's going to be differently, obviously, but whatever it is, go at it with your own true intentions and what it is that makes you special, and put yourself there. Put yourself forward. Because I feel like whatever is happening, no matter what is happening, waves are going to come and crash and break that bridge or break that tower. So I feel like for a lot of you guys, you have to learn to just go with the waves, go with it. Don't be afraid to make waves. Don't be afraid to voice yourself, especially with that fearless expression here. Don't be afraid to make the change. Don't be afraid to speak your truth. So I feel like for this month, a lot of you guys are going to be going more within and figuring out what it is that you really want. But once you start to shift and change, new potentials and new things are going to show up. Right now, the world looks bleak. Maybe nothing seems to be working for you, or maybe what you think you want to do doesn't look like it's possible to get there. But until you start to make those internal shifts inside yourself, are you going to be able to see the world for what it really is? And with that, you are living poetry. You're going to be able to walk your talk and actually prove it and show it. And I'm also getting too, especially with that, at the very bottom of the deck, we have that external validation. The more you start to validate yourself internally, that's when things are going to start shifting for you externally, and people are going to start validating you. People are going to start seeing you for who you are and accepting that. And as I do that, the card flies out again. You choose who you are becoming. So you're going to be able to choose who you are and who you are becoming. And once you embrace who you are, and don't be afraid to show people who you are, that's when the external validation is going to come through. And you're going to be able to see things clearer. Because I'm feeling like with that at the bottom of the deck, that's the shadow with that Wheel of Fortune. I feel like that's a lie. That's just a belief that things aren't going to work out in your favor. But what that's showing me is that's not true. That you're going to actually have what it is that you are desiring, what it is that you want. But you have to trust yourself. You have to make and do the little work. You have to do the work inside of yourself in order to achieve this. So it's not like it's super easy, but once you really start to acknowledge who you are inside and not allowing other people's opinions or thoughts to stop you, Capricorn, then I feel like you're going to be unstoppable. You're going to be able to accomplish whatever this is that you're setting your mind to, and you're not going to have to be afraid to make those changes and decisions, because that's the only thing that we really can do in this world, is know that the only thing is change. That's the only consistency in our life, is change. And when we try to stop change, we're stopping growth. And that's when you start to feel sick. That's when your life starts to kind of go down the drain. You're not as happy as you can be. And I feel like for a lot of you guys, you've been in this stagnancy for some time. And now it's like you need to make those internal validations. You need to start shifting the way you're seeing things and being more open to seeing things in a more positive way. I feel like a lot of you guys are looking at it from the lens of lack and not from the lens of prosperity. We have vast oceans. We have millions of dollars getting printed every single day. There is an accumulation of so much wealth all around us in general that you're not seeing the potentials that you have, the things that you want. So look at it from, instead of a state of lack, or what am I going to be losing, or I'm afraid of losing something, or I'm going to regret it. Instead of looking at it from a sense of negativity, try and look at it from a more positive standpoint. Because I feel like whatever this is going to end up, you're going to end up in a much better place in the long run. Because if you look at it from a positive way, no matter what happens, even if negative things happen, you're almost able to maneuver around them easier, because you're looking at it in a more positive way, where you can say, instead of, oh man, there's a roadblock, I don't know how to fix it, instead you're going to be like, okay, how can I go around that? Because you're going to have that abundant mindset where you're going to know, no matter what happens, I'm going to get to where I want to go. So it's all a mind shift for my Capricorns. So I feel like for the month of April, a lot of you guys are going to be shifting your minds. You guys are going to be changing the way that you view yourself and other people and other relationships. You're going to be able to navigate the world much easier once you start to release all of these old, outdated beliefs. It's time to upgrade. Just like how you have to upgrade on your phone, or you have to download new things, you have to do that with yourself. You can't just run off of an old program since childhood for the rest of your life and expect that your life is going to change and be magical and continue to grow. You actually have to evolve with it. So that's what I get for my Capricorns. I hope that this resonates. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I hope you guys have a great and wonderful day. Thanks. Bye.